I think he's been here long
That's
enough.
enough of the intro. Anyway. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. It's Wednesday morning. You know what that means. It's ODivaZ. And we've got Douce for us today with Rick and Ufa. Morning, boys.
Morning.
Good morning.
I mean, the UK is certainly getting more and more like the US. I now have to pay £10 to get in. So they have an entrance fee now.
Really?
Yeah, well, the EU made a visa waiver program for the British, which they found completely unjustified and horrendous. And 2 weeks later, they made their own scheme for everyone else. And they say even if you just transit, you have to pay £10. That I found very strange.
Is it just to discourage people from coming to the country?
No, it's actually the opposite. It's because they used to be part of the Schengen area, so there were no passport control in Syria. And now that has been abolished because they're out. And then you need another scheme. And then you make a visa waiver program where you sort of register so that they can check you in advance if they want to arrest you. And in order to pay for that administrative work, you have to pay a fee every 2 years. I mean, the US has the same, the ESTA program, so it's completely the same. It's actually invented by the US, I think.
Yeah. It's apparently not enough because there's still people getting in who are eating the pets.
Yeah.
The cats and the dogs.
We could use some of them here in the street. There's a lot of cats.
It's only a matter of time. We had a situation at work where our register in the tap room is an iPad, and at this point you have to keep it plugged in at all times. Battery doesn't want to last a long time. But one of the guys who works in there came in and he decided that was going to be his charger because he doesn't have one, and he ended up leaving with it, which was not the most ideal situation when Craig's getting calls saying that he had left with it and all this stuff. Well, then when Craig sent him a message about this and to get it back immediately, kind of strongly worded because the guy hasn't been doing the best, he immediately came back with this photo evidence of how bad the person who was working that night does on their shift by like taking pictures of a little bit of debris on the ground and just stuff that it was like, what is going on here? And it was a whole thing. But in the end I was like, well, he probably just would have been better off just telling you about Springfield and how they're eating the pets. That's a good way to divert the attention. Don't look at me. What about Springfield? They're eating the pets. Instead, he diverted it on a coworker. That's what he claimed. Hilarious. Did I claim that? I probably did because I was excited.
You guys like that one, so maybe they will as well. Have one bar. Thank you. Have you ever heard the saying touching cloth, Rick?
Touching what?
Cloth.
No.
Okay. Well, that means that you really, really, really need to go to the bathroom to do a number 2, and it's kind of already on its way out.
Okay.
No. Touching moose.
Now you're invested.
In Sweden, the moose, they wait in the fall for the first frost so that the berries start to ferment, and then they get drunk. So if you think a moose is scary, a drunk moose is even scarier.
It's always the ones that mean well when they're sober that become just absolutely unbearable when they're drunk. A moose once bit my sister.
Actually, I don't like moose at all because Andy might know the 4-meter band, because it's an amateur radio frequency range that was more or less invented in the UK. But then the rest of Europe got it, except Sweden, because they allocated it to moose hunting. So portable walkie-talkies for moose hunting. So the Swedes still don't have 4-meter.
Neither do we. I had a 4-meter
Well, yeah,
radio that came over here with me, and I converted it to 6.
It's a great band. Mobile range on 4-meter is unbelievable. I mean, it's a bit sketchy because of QSB or Flutter, but the kind of range you get is unbelievable.
I took some measurements of my 10 gigahertz dish yesterday, and all the calculations for focal point and position and what have you. So hopefully I'll be able to adjust the feed point and make it work a bit better now. I tried for a 160 mile contact on Sunday. A friend right next to me was able to make the contact, I was not.
And that must have been painful. Did you point in the same direction by any chance?
Oh yes, we were pointed in the same direction.
My first 10 gigahertz dish was a $6 lamp from IKEA.
You llama. I was just watching your Garmin video.
morning.
How you doing, Shane? And he says, good morning or afternoon or night. Well, it's good morning for me and Rick, and good afternoon to Uwe.
I was watching his video about turning off functions you don't need on the Garmin. That was actually quite useful.
Yeah, that's the one that I was watching while I was doing my stuff in the bathroom before my ride. Yeah, so while I was racing ZRL yesterday, just after we'd started, my watch pops up and says, there's an update available. Would you like to install it? So you watch the video back, you'll see me frantically tapping my watch while I'm trying to stay with the lead pack of the CRL ride.
I never knew we had so many potholes in the Netherlands. I get a warning every 2 kilometers.
I like it when I'm in a parking lot and I get a warning about a sharp corner. Pretty sure that that's all there is in parking lots.
Wow, aren't you a long way out?
Uh-oh, return to group. what
Oh,
happened.
it's all right. I'll give you resets. Don't worry.
No, I
We'll-
can come back. Don't
we'll
have a
be at
couple of
the,
seconds.
We'll be at the Pavé sprint before you get zapped anyway.
I'm good. Sap the rest. Oh, it's the sweeper's out in front.
Get everyone back in time to turn the fence off again and let people attack the sprint. What's happening down under, VP? Other than teaching people how to use their electronics. What have you been testing recently? Not pages. Yeah. I know, right? I've been trying to read behind all the hype and misinformation. And yeah, that's kind of scary stuff.
No
And,
pages. I saw that on the news yesterday. I was like, wait, what? I couldn't quite see the whole screen, and I just saw pagers exploding, and I'm like, who still has pagers? I didn't
Well,
think I'd see this day.
I know, right?
And then I saw further that it was.
I've got
what
one
was it?
lying around that
Was it Pakistan?
that its frequency is just above. It came from the UK. Its frequency is just above 77s in the UK, but it's inside of 77s in the US. And I'd really like to get that working. Yeah, it's
Kind of felt like seeing like Ataris, a threat to your children. Like what?
yeah. What other security stuff have I been looking at recently? Did you? I don't know if you're a member of the WTRL group, GP, but someone posted in there yesterday complaining about the capture, the addition of capture to the log on screen.
Yeah, it is a bit annoying because your cookie or whatever you get is not valid for long, so you have to log in quite often. So also
It's valid for 24 hours according to WTRL anyway. But
Cookies.
even so, it's I know, right? Oh. Yeah, I might have fallen for that bait and commented. Have you seen the one that tells you to click on all the 220 ohm resistors?
Okay, I'm gonna give up. I need to find a fix for that stupid USB connector. I tried everything.
Huh. I know, right? It's It's supposed to be getting cooler, but we've had some rather warm days here recently.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah,
humid
yesterday
now.
it was close to 90.
Yeah.
Close to 90, humid. It felt like a nice summer day. It actually kind of reminded me of Florida in the last night. It reminded me of Florida in May, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I think today's the last day of that. Yeah, soon enough it'll be time for the deep freeze. I live in the frosty north where our seasons are very seasonable and they don't really last long. Except for the winter one. That one lasts plenty long.
Okay, I'm off. This connection is too flaky. We'll have another look at it. So.
All right,
See you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's busy doing his emails.
Oh yeah. Where's Charlie?
All right, JP, thank you for dropping in. Always good to see you. Have yourself a good night's sleep.
Have a good one.
Sweet dreams. Yes, buddy. Oh yeah, so sat in a meeting the other day and I'm just idly looking across at the empty Guinness Zero can on the corner of my my desk, and it's got a sign on it, a logo on it that says 21 plus. Except in Puerto Rico where it's 18. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I fit the requirement, but it's non-alcoholic.
Huh. Yeah, it is kind of strange. That makes you, well, I mean, it could be one of those, they just lump everything together just to be careful because employees aren't the best at using the common sense on those matters. I remember when we went through the little alcoholic energy drink phase, that was a tough time because there was employees that just couldn't seem to process the situation enough to not sell it to someone under 21. So we had to make a big thing about it. That's when I was running the beer store. But we also had other stuff that wasn't just alcohol. And after, like, when we were giving them the meeting about it, they were still kind of acting like, well, how are we supposed to know? And it's like, well, just look at it, you know? It does have things on it that will let you know if you just take the time and just look at it, you know? I mean, you can also get caught for selling it to someone underage, and then you'll learn the hard way to look at it, or you could just do it now.
Right, I'm taking a coffee stop. Should have taken it later, shouldn't I? Just before it gets disabled. Oh well, only 10 minutes to that. What are you trying? Oh, science. So if it's 10 PM in GP Llama Land, that means he's 15 hours ahead of me. I guess 14 ahead of you. A paper machete volcano.
Uh-oh, who's off the back? Oh, that's blue.
only woo. He was taking a coffee stop. Maybe you forgot to pedal after. There's another woo here. A D-woo.
Uh-oh. That gets confusing.
Where did that wall come from? I don't remember this wall.
Where did this other guy behind us come from? Why can't I see them? I see them on my map every so often. 8 seconds back, doing 3.5.
Is that a euphemism?
I had a Strava post the other day that he was moving rock. Well, he doesn't really. We'll see. We'll just see how he does. On my wheel. Going easy. Keeping my wheel.
Morning, fellas.
Good morning, Greg.
Hey,
How are the legs today?
Tired.
I can understand that. Nice work yesterday.
Oh, I don't know what. Well, I do know. I just do not have. Since getting sick, it's not there anymore.
What was going on in the Greg household yesterday? There was quite a discussion going on while you were trying to ride.
There was my father-in-law just had knee replacement,
Okay.
and he my God. My mother-in-law, I don't know what the hell her deal is. She can't figure life out, I guess, in that regard. And she keeps giving him, well, one, he's all bound up, so he hasn't been able to crap in over a week. And then
That'll get a guy down.
Well, she keeps giving him pain meds at the, not seeing if he's in pain, but he just keeps giving him pain meds. So he was, and it's too much. I mean, Lisa went over there and he was just high as a kite, just gorked out his mind, like couldn't even keep his eyes open, really, what she was saying.
Oh, wow. That's not going to help the pooping.
No. Doesn't help anything. It's like, how are you not figuring this out? Like, this isn't right. So that was the main thing. And then try to get my son out of the garage at football practice. So
You handled it really well, I've got to say. I'd have been like, come back later. This isn't the time.
Trying to help this guy back, and it's really proving to be tough. He wants to put power on when it doesn't matter. Won't give me the power when it does.
Yeah, I've eased up a little, but can't ease up too much.
Like at one point, it was like he wanted to race me, and then he won't hang on my wheel. Maybe that's all he's doing is racing me, and I'm trying to sweep him. He's not doing a very good job at racing me. Aw, man.
Just come back. If he's not working with you, come back.
Hoping maybe when we're on the flats, he will. But he's
No,
just
he
really
is.
trying it weird. Yeah. Till I go back and get him. Then he thinks it's rest time. You know, now we do work. I just do more than you do. Come on, man. When I slow down, you don't slow down. I'm waiting for you. Maybe it's me.
What are you doing this morning, Greg?
Trying to do an SST workout, but we'll see. See if the legs are going to go with that or not.
I may just shut it off and just ride. I feel like I got a bit of a cold too.
Oh no.
Been trying to deny it for the last couple days.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Guy has no drive to stay on my wheel until he gets on it, and then he wants to go hard. I push to stay ahead of him. Then I lose him. There we go. All right. Are we steady now? We steady?
No.
This is the last chance. Yep, pushing away again. Okay. If I'm doing 3.2 and losing him, then I'm not wasting my time with that. We'll never catch it anything less than that. Oh, you weren't able to do them at the same time?
No. It's when they decide. So.
Yeah, I agree. When I got into bed last night, I hadn't even thought about that there were races going on. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was the moment where I thought about it. So then I go on, and you were already done. I wanted to watch that one.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys, your time was pretty close. I think mine was like 58:18, and yours was sub 1 hour. It was only like a minute off, really. Oh, you were 58?
58:53.
Oh, nice. Yes, we've been closer.
Was the lead pack. I was off. I was 33rd. I was in the next group back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was slightly behind the lead breakaway. It was, I think there were 2 people in that one. And then we were kind of chasing. We had kind of given up on the chase at that point because it was like both of those guys had really high racing numbers. I knew scores, and it was like, yeah, I figured they'd be out there by themselves. But now I'm kind of doubting what I did because I was taking off really nicely on the climb, and then rested up a bit, but maintained my place. But I was trying to catch the scraps of the breakaway, which were 3rd and 4th place, and almost caught them at that one over the bridge. Then kept it up through those rollers, and then caught them on the next one. But when I caught them, I stopped pushing, and so we all just kind of slowed down, and eventually the pack that I had left behind on the hill caught us on the next downhill. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have just kept pushing, but I was just concerned about saving up for the sprint.
Yeah,
But hindsight, it's like I wouldn't have had to sprint if I just would have kept pushing. I just would have kept up the threshold for a while. And then I might have been with the front group, which then I would have taken third place. Instead, I fought for sixth with the pack that I had already spent all that energy to leave behind.
That's tough.
Yeah. It was good though. Everywhere else, so I was definitely really happy with myself not overdoing it. I was really focusing on saving energy as much as possible, being smart about it.
Nice.
And so I felt really good about that climb just because I had the energy to do that climb as hard as I did. And I got a new 5 minute at 4.9 watts a kilo.
Nice. Nice work.
But my 20 minute was low, which was good. I was aiming for that. I was just thinking, race like Greg, race like Greg. It was funny that at the end when we were on our way after the last sprint, we were all trying to rest. And what was it, like 4 of us that were in the front group? Or, well, there was other than the breakaway. And I don't know what was going on, but we kept getting forced to the front. And it's like, why are we on the front? Why do we keep being put on the front? What is going on here? But we weren't doing any work.
Good. Only work when you have to.
Yeah.
Or you have a reason to.
At that point, I was looking at it as, okay, the breakaway, they're doing a good job. They've earned it. They could go ahead and take those first spots. We'll still be top 20 if we keep this up. Yeah, it was fun.
That course that was rough. That killed
It
me. That climb's just too steep for me. I'm too heavy.
I definitely was hating life when you get to the top of the steep part and then it really gets steep for a moment. Because my gearing was up a bit too high at that point because I was trying to break away at that point and catch. And man, when I hit that top part, it was like, oh, too much.
Yeah, that climb's not forgiving by any means. Yeah. I tried the best I could. I saved my feather until like you're getting closer to that last section of the steep part.
Yeah.
And that I was able to move up about 10
That was a
spots
good
or so.
I let mine go too early. But luckily the guy who was challenging me also let his go at the same right after I let mine go.
Oh, nice.
So we were evened out there. But I've done like so much climbing work this summer that I could feel it on that climb. I was like, wow, look at this. Am I a climber now? Who is this guy? yeah, pretty much my long route that I've been choosing, doing like twice a week, sometimes once a week, once in a while on my way to work. It'll be right around 70 miles altogether, but it goes through one really climby section and up Bald Mountain, and that's definitely done some work.
Nice.
Especially just riding alone and just judging based off of my speed. Just causes me to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's just amazing what it's done for my climbing abilities. Sprinting has gone downhill though.
Yeah, if you're solely focused on one thing, it's hard to get the other.
I'm gonna try the thing that I've absolutely hated my whole life, and I'm gonna start doing leg weight training this winter. I have a plan that I was listening to on the Fast Cat podcast that sounded pretty good. Sounded rough, so I hate squats. I've never done them as a whole plan. I've done them sporadically. Every time being like, okay, I'll do that again. That was nice. And then when it comes time to that day, I'm like, well, maybe tomorrow.
When I was, early 20s, me and a couple other track buddies, in the winter, we'd go to a 24-hour fitness and do a spin class together, and then go do weights. And because for track racing, you want that explosive power, at least that's what all of us were interested in. And so we were actually doing jump squats on it wasn't on like a straight squat rack, one of those ones that has the where it's on the rails. So it's just
so it's a little safer. Doesn't shift around.
But yeah, you wouldn't want to be jumping around with weight that wasn't gonna at least stay parallel.
That is one of the things in this plan towards the end of the weight session, because it goes through like the whole, the getting ready phase, kind of a build up phase in the beginning, and then it was like maxing out and just really building the muscle and being unable to walk properly for a couple weeks. And then after that, then it gets into doing lowering the weight and then doing jump squats and stuff, doing more fast making the neuro connections and stuff with the new muscle, I guess. And then like strengthening on the bike with like high resistance pedaling and stuff.
Are you impressed?
Low cadence.
Are you impressed I didn't mention my favorite kind of squats, Rick?
Yeah, that was good. I could see you holding on to it the whole time though.
I know, right? You know what my favorite kind of squats are, don't you, Greg?
I don't.
I like diddly squats.
Diddly squats. But I'm bummed.
Oh, it never gets old, that one, does it?
Every time I talk about it, Andy brings up diddly squats. Ooh, hey, I have the climbing jersey. Yes, I
know you do.
have KOM jersey.
You had that from, the first lap.
Yeah, I saw some people going for it. It is strange to me though. I mean, I get it. But like, I kind of feel like if someone's really good at sprinting, they should also be able to get a KOM, especially when it's a short KOM.
Yeah, it's the
I guess it
same,
doesn't
only
always
up a
work
hill
out like
rather
that.
than on the flat.
Yeah. But I guess also maybe a KOM, getting the KOM is also more of a less explosive and more steady high power.
I guess I've got 40k.
Yeah, that idea to do a workout failed pretty quick, by the way.
Wow, you're going hard. Like, yeah, I did a race last night, but I'm still gonna do the workout this morning. I don't care.
My legs do.
Yeah,
So-
I've definitely just been noodling this morning.
Yeah, let's ride easy for to be able to get. It's over an hour, I think. Connor has a football game tonight, so I gotta come straight home from work and then drive all the way across to the very west end of Eugene. So the traffic's not bad, but it's gonna be, it always takes about 35, 40 minutes to get over there this time of day versus 20 minutes outside of commute times.
Ooh. Last football game here was, man, it was like 70 that night. I think that's the last one though. I think from now on, all of the football games, or at least the home ones, are gonna be pretty cold. It happens quick here.
I bet. Yeah, we're already starting to see the temperature shift here.
This week's been very summery, but I guess today's the last day, and then tomorrow gradually cools down, and then we're looking at like highs in the 60s this weekend. But it was pretty close to 90 yesterday, and humid. It's very nice.
We're actually, we're still supposed to stay relatively warm, although we're dropping down to mid 40s at night, but it's supposed to be 75 today, 76 tomorrow, 77, 78, 80, 87 on Tuesday.
Oh wow, yeah. Maybe that'll still hit here. I kind of feel like this is the last heat wave, and then it's just gonna be fall after this. But the leaves are starting to change now. I was noticing yesterday that there are a few trees that are actually dropping leaves. Hey Ian, what's up? Long time no see.
Ian. See you, buddy.
We're missing you on ZRL.
So I remember looking at your average power yesterday, Greg, and thinking, your average power is higher than my FTP.
I didn't even look to see what it was.
Yeah, fall's on the way. The last concert of the season was the other day, or the last outdoor concert of the season. Ah, very nice. Ian will be back on soon.
Yeah, he's finally going to get internet
Yay.
down there. So my normalized power for that race was 282. .91 intensity factor.
Yeah,
I think that
That
was,
was
the
my-
same as mine.
that was my pre-COVID FTP.
So my peak 1 hour power was 261, which was the best for this. Well, I guess it's really nothing. My top peak back in 2017 was 344 for an hour.
Wow.
So this isn't even in the top 20 for my overall, but
Oh yeah. Well, my normalized power was less. It was 278 at 149 pounds.
well,
Ian says he thinks his
I like
FTP right now
205.
is 12.
who? Who said that?
Ian.
Ian.
It's not even that high. He couldn't even do that fondo he had to go do on Sunday. It was so weak. It was like 24K or something like that. It pushed him over the limit, and
Huh.
I mean, these guys were on like single speed Schwinn's and that kind of stuff, and he was getting dropped. He showed me video.
Baskets on the front.
Oh
Can
yeah,
just say true.
carrying little dogs in him, and he was just getting smoked.
Banana seats.
Said he got 15th at the Fondo. It was a total of 8K.
Yeah, all right.
All right. On that note, I'm going to pull the stream down. Thank you very much for dropping in, Ian. Look forward to seeing you soon. It's Thursday tomorrow. That means a
Yeah.
TTT in the morning, doesn't it? We will have it. We'll be riding
Yes.
a team time trial with the
internet gets
boys
in-
tomorrow morning. Go ahead.
Internet gets installed tomorrow, so we'll see Ian on Friday.
I don't know.
She'll be back pretty soon. Yeah, they're just getting settled in down to their new place.
All right. Well, Ian says yes. So we look forward to that. Friday, Eb, come join us. So we'll be, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. What, Gus? Come on, Rick, say it.
Bye-bye.
There he goes. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.